Hello. I might use camera. Hello. Hello. Ooh. Ooh, this sucks. Hey, where the hell happened to my background? The image. Where image? There is image. There image. Purple background. Ah! What happened? Crap, it lagging. Alright. Cool. Cool. Will that happen the rest of the stream? Hopefully not. A disabled preview. That's all I need. That's all I need. Let me look at this stuff. And play. Audio. Disability. I think that's good. This is Our Life Now and Forever. I played Our Life Begins and Always years ago. That was I think my first ever visual novel. Really. And I remember hearing about this being made during or after Our Life Begins and Always finished or something like that. There's a demo of this now. I don't know when it released, but I want to play it. Alright, let's play. What's this? Yeah. Step 1, 10 years old. Step 2, 14 years old. Step 3, 18 years old. And step 4 is 22 years old. Yeah, I think this was how it was back in Begins and Always. Basically, this whole concept is growing up with love interests and stuff. Basically, you're growing up with your friends and stuff, and eventually maybe you fall in love with them or fall in love with other people or just never. But I don't know if it's gonna be what it's gonna be like if, you know. Oh, I'm horrible at speaking. Shut up. At the start of each step, you can customize your character by choosing their appearance, name, gender, pronouns, and other information. Almost everything can change at the start. Don't think there's anything new. Step 1 and step 2 only. Okay. Oh. Ah. Don't tell me you're lagging. God, it's like a date with death over again. Alright. Guess that. Let's customize. Similar? Not really. That's pretty similar, but it's braids. But when it comes to the shape, that's very similar. I guess I'll choose that. Alright. How do I... Oh, wait. Oh, no, probably not. Oh, it's too long there. Oh, wait. Oh, there's back hair? I think there's anything I need to change about that. It's a bit scruffy, I guess, back there, but... How do I change the color? Hello? How do I change the color? Can I change the color? Probably not. I don't care for the eyes. Not that much. Accessories. Accessories. I don't think there's anything I need for accessories. There you go. Scars. No. This. I don't need any of that. First name. No. I want to give my actual last name. Short. Body type. Guess medium. Right-handed. Snow. I always choose characters last name. Let me think. I'll just choose like a random name. Random name. Snow Parker. I don't know. That's just random name that came to mind. Alright. Male. Sex traits at birth. Male. Mr. Alright. Masculine. Character's parents. Oh, we can choose my parents. Biological mother. Okay. Alright. I'm not gonna use my own actual mom. Not gonna do that. My brain's like, what if you do that? I'm like, nope. We're not doing that. Privacy. Privacy for them. Let's just go for like the default. I don't really care for. Oh, what title does a parent use? Oh wait, no, I already did. I already did that. All right. Choose a sticker. Coffee. Yeah. Coffee. You. Visual novel style. Oh, there we go. Sorry. I said Cove. Golden Cove. Golden Grove. Wait. It sounds like a street name I actually lived on. But I know that's not what it was. No! No, that's not. But it's very similar. It's very similar. I even live near it. Where we used to live. But yeah, I was like, that's very similar to where we used to live. But not this. We didn't live in like this weird round thing. Alright, let me go back. It looked like falling Golden Grove. More than any place you've seen before. It could be in one of your old picture books to show little kids what autumn was supposed to be. There weren't any green trees or bushes, but there weren't just bare branches yet. It was almost the same as normal. All that had changed were the colors: red, orange, yellow, brown. Even the blue of the sky high above your head seemed different than it did in summer. It wasn't as bright either, as though it had gotten tired of sparkling by this late in the year, or like it was even farther away from you now that you were in this place. Honestly, the thing about this I notice is it's based around fall, but with Our Life Begins and Always, that's based around summer break and all that kind of stuff. I can wonder what emotional feelings this game will give me, like Our Life. Alright. This plants and sky didn't get this way where you used to live. Your thoughts continued to jump around while you stood there in a big circle of street at the end of the road. It was a weird path to you. It couldn't take you ahead or to the sides or anywhere else like most streets you've gone down. This one came right here with those big houses. The view in front of you was something you'd only ever seen in photos before, from stapled together papers that advertised the middle house being for sale. It had been a picture book to you until this day. Now that you knew what it felt like fall here too, because it wasn't cold, because it was cold outside. I can't speak. Chilly enough to you, sometimes you held your eyes closed for a few seconds longer than usual to try keeping your eyeballs from feeling like they were going to freeze inside your head. This was a real place. The icy air surrounding you said, and you were really in it. And it was where you're going to stay. That was new. Your mommy and you had lived in apartments before, and never for very long each time. That was until she got a big job in this not that big town and bought a big house. You wouldn't be going anywhere else for a long time. Now, in that moment, you couldn't imagine being there forever. But that's just the way it was. The old tan house at the very end of the long, round road was now your house, standing tall with two others by its side. So I'm thinking about memories of my past. Those buildings were homes too, with their own people living inside. And those people in those ancient houses were going to be your neighbors. Sorry, I'm still thinking about the past. Like, what was their name? What is this? Choice. Throughout, you can make many choices to shape the character's personality and relationships to the people around them. The other characters may remember and bring up information they've learned about you later. In our life, there are no wrong and right answers. You can choose to be upset or angry, to reject invitations, or dislike other characters, and these choices will affect the narrative. But there are no bad endings in our life. No bad endings. I don't think that was a thing in our life because always, right? Maybe I didn't play all the endings. I know I always played it for the comfort. Your opinions and overall personality can shift over time as well. So you can choose to play as someone who is closed off at 10 years old but opens up as they get older or vice versa. The story is yours to tell. What was the thing? Buildings were homes too, with their own people living inside. And those people in those ancient houses were going to be your neighbors. It seemed okay to you. You felt, this is a lot of choices for a visual novel. It seemed okay to you. You felt kind of mixed up inside. You were super excited about everything happening. You were mad. There wasn't much you felt about that. It made you all sad. You felt scared. This would really be something, you thought. How much worse could it be than what it was like before? Coming there, you had hope. Honestly, if I was in this situation, I'd feel worried. Mixed up, I guess. Would it be better this way, worse, something else? You didn't know what to think. This was your mommy's fault. No matter what, you'd keep looking out for your mom. At least your mommy was still with you. You'd go through bad stuff together. Snow, come on over and take a look. Oh, that was your mommy's voice. You hadn't noticed she'd gone so far. That was enough to bring you comfort, and you made yourself move forward towards the unknown in order to reunite with her. Also, I want to save. Hold on. Save before the choices. I forgot to do that. I always do that. Whenever there's a first choice, I forgot my playstyle. I forgot my playstyle. How fucking dare I? How fucking dare you? Alright. Mixed. Alright. Of the cul-de-sac road. Cul-de-sac! That's the name of it! Cul-de-sac! Of the cul-de-sac road and cutting across lines of grass and sidewalk, you reached the picket fence your mom had called from. The gate was locked. Unlike the other houses, in front of yours was a tiny gray stoned walkway that led up to a couple little steps, and those steps led to the door. Dragged your feet along the rocks and dirts. Little rock path. The small private path was more uneven than you thought, and the tip of your shoe got caught in the raised edge between ground and stone. It caused you to stumble up the line right before arriving at the end of the rocks. You steadied yourself before carefully going up the tiny stairs. There was your mom, standing at the edge of the porch, arms folded and waiting. She must have been moving around before because the sunny opal earrings she had on were twisting from side to side a little bit. You knew they were gonna... I wish I could speak normally. You knew they were real opal stones because she told you before. And when she first got them, she told you a long time ago that her normal name, not Mommy, was Opal. Okay. Her clothes were the color of a cloudy day after rain and had already come and gone. The kind of day that would be cold and bad or really relaxing and comfy. It depends. You wonder which way she looked at it from. You didn't know. The rest of her, though, was so much more bold. Especially the matching purpley cranberryness of her hair and eyes. There weren't a lot of things out in the world with that color that could feel gloomy. Mommy smiled at you. It made you feel soft and warm inside as your mommy was on the outside. What did you think? It's a pretty nice place, huh? I've seen worse, Chuck. That is so dickish. It stinks, you said bluntly. It stinks. You said jokingly. It's okay, I guess. I hate this. You stared blankly at her. She's like, you refused to even look at her. Shook your head furiously. It stinks, you said jokingly. That might be you, my dear. We're jammed in a car for hours. Does she know I'm joking? Hopefully she knows I'm joking. Simply. Shit. She doesn't know, probably, hopefully. I'd say it's beautiful. I agree, my dear. Her mouth stayed in the shape of a smile, but her eyes and eyebrows changed, bending in a way that made it seem like she wasn't really smiling. Or it was some other kind of smile. She put a hand on one of her white painted pool things that kept the porch roof from falling down. Her fingers moved along it. Oh, we don't officially have it, I guess. Won't be too much longer. The real estate agent should be here to hand over the keys in a couple of hours or so. Then it will be official. We'll be the new residents of Golden Grove. I keep saying cove. You shifted your weight from one foot to the other. This was a big deal to your mommy. Her whole life was changing too. You hope it wouldn't be a mistake. You didn't want your mommy to be sad. Well, you've seen the yard and the outside. You don't have to wait here the whole entire time. How about you go look around the rest of your neighborhood, trusting of me to go around by myself? Maybe. I don't know. Maybe you're coming with me. She bent down, placing her hands on her knees in order to speak directly to you on the same level. It's a safe town. Oh, you're even talking to me directly. It's a safe town, especially in this area. You'll be able to play freely out here. I was like, it's like, I'm like, it's like, I don't know, I feel like this is not probably smart decision, maybe, I don't know. Like, even if it's not dangerous, I'm like, I don't want to leave. And a danger might be danger. What? I'm not good at speaking today. What is wrong with me? I need a cup of coffee, maybe. How to calm my ADHD brain. Coffee. Maybe. It's a stimulant. It's a stimulant. You want to stimulate your brain if you have ADHD. It's to speed up the rest of your brain to the brain that's speeding up. Alright, whatever. Your eyes wide in fear. You merely shrugged. Just the neighborhood? I wasn't excited. You want to go everywhere. Screw you, mother. I'm disobeying all your orders. Alright. You cover your face with your hands. Might want to go anywhere. You didn't need her to say it was okay. You could look out for yourself. I was like, sure, I guess. I'll just jump up happily. Mommy went back to her normal way of standing, with her head up high and arms folded. That's the spirit. Enjoy yourself. Just don't stray into any other streets today. Sure. That's not fair! I won't. Promise. You don't care about the rules, but you kept that to yourself. You gave a thumbs up. You grumbled about the... Alright. Yes, Mommy. Thank you, I trust you. With that, you flipped around, bounded down the steps, and went back towards the sidewalk, ready to explore. There we go. Step 1. Prologue. Your shoes really squished into the dirt part where you crossed from where you were down to the solid road. The smell of the grass and rain softening ground, crisp through somehow also kind of musty, hung in the air, bringing the whole new year of school with it. You were going to be a 5th grader. I guess tail end of elementary. About to go in middle school. It would be completely different from being a 4th grader. And not just because you were attending a new school. You'd be the highest grade of the place. Maybe that was why your mommy was so sure you could do this by yourself. You were growing up. Not everything about that was a bad thing, you guessed. Then, before you took one more step, there was a faint tap against your shoulder. It was barely stronger than the wind, but it was definitely something. It was completely out of nowhere. It was a ghost, you deduced! Both your fists went up defensively. You jumped straight in the air out of shock. It was pure instinct. You hadn't realized it happened until you were back on the ground. Rapidly, you ping-ponged your face. Rapidly, you ping-ponged your gaze from left to right, trying to get a glimpse of the poking perpetrator. No one was there. Your neighborhood was empty, except for you. You would have settled on it, being a mystery forever, if you hadn't noticed there was a thing left behind from the encounter. Sitting there in between the muddy brown blades of grass was something new. What? A paper airplane. Oh. Paper airplane. Who would throw this at a stranger? And why would they disappear after doing it? After you considered those questions, your gaze shifted back towards the right, the side of the street where the tap came from. Present this to you, had to have gone that way. You crashed down to grab it, while keeping a lookout to make sure nothing else snuck up on you. The paper didn't feel the same crinkly, crackly way most normal paper did. It was thicker somehow, almost like a piece of cloth. It was cotton. That was the only part that stood out. The page was a tan color with dark brown lines. Not white and blue or white and black, but something regular. More questions to add to the confusion. Where would paper like that have come from? Oh, there was letter. It was a letter airplane. I was like, someone's playing airplanes and they threw that at me. On accident. You turned the paper airplane around in your hands and squinted your eyes keenly. There were pencil markings on the underside. The paper had scribbles, and maybe even letters. That was enough of a sign to undo the shape someone had put together. And you pulled at the flaps of the plane and flattened it out between your palms as best you could. It was true, the paper had a message. Well, maybe. There were some words on it. but not a lot. And they were on different lines from each other. You read over each tiny part from top to bottom. Hello, go out, hide out, and in the bottom corner was Snow Parker. Who the fuck knows my name? Other than my mom. Your name, it had been addressed to you personally. There was no mistake that you were the one meant to get that plane. Scrunched up your face, a person wrote stuff on a piece of paper, turned it into an airplane, threw it at another person. The message they sent was that. What? This was too weird for you. What? It's weird. It's weird. It's weird. Like, what? Who knows that? Who's throwing a paper airplane? Just give me some weird message. It's empty. It's empty. Why am I trying to drink it? It only kind of made sense in that they were all real words, but none of them meant anything together. You're done at this point. It's time to go back. We're gonna get to the bottom of this. We're gonna get to the bottom of it. Someone or something had to have sent it to you. You weren't going to stop until you found out who and why. Past the parts where the light shone through the clouds and the parts where it got darker, you began your investigation by heading in the same direction the paper had hit you from. The half circle of houses was out of sight by the time the normal sidewalk ended, and it really ended. Instead of connecting to another street or homes or stores, there was a car road behind you and a bunch of trees and plain ground in front. Going down the road would have to bring you to the rest of the town eventually, but you were sure that would be straying too far, like your mommy warned against. That was okay, you had other options. Bending in the dark trunks and bright leaves were two lines stamped out through the grass. They went in opposite directions. It was a crossroad. One led more towards where the neighborhood was, but back further around the edge of where the forest started. The other went completely into the tree. Ugh, God, sorry. A walking path for those who lived here. You stood there at the start of this turning point in your life, feet poised to move over to the stirring thicket floor. I knew. There was a path here that was definitely more worth trying than the other. You were sure of it. Something inside just told you so. The left. Quest continued. Once you went through the foresty path, you had truly entered the wild woods. Nothing else surrounded you any longer. Nature spreads across the land with a narrow dirt line, and fence being the only sign anyone had walked in this spot before you. People were only visitors here. Wait, is this the one to the neighborhood? Hold on, maybe I picked the wrong one. Hold on, let me just make sure. Maybe? I don't know. I don't know. It didn't say anything about directions. It didn't say anything about directions, so I'm just making sure. Golden and red leaves gently rustled against each other in thick clumps, with each tree's branches flowing into the others nearby. It was enough to keep the sky and sun out almost completely, but the leaves burned bright with the light basking over them from above. The foot-made passage continued to twist around higher into the mountainside, farther than you could see. Let me be right back. I need to go restroom. Sorry. It's just all of a sudden happened. All of a sudden I do get. Oh, hold on. Let me adjust this. Oh, let me adjust this. Ah, not that. On. On. Alright. I'll be right back. Hello. Sorry. I hadn't expected to stay that long in the restroom. It's hot. I wonder what the AC is. Like, on. I think I don't really do that. It's 72 degrees on heat. Ah. All right. What is it? What do I think about this place? The woods is cool. It was a creepy place. Awesome. It was sort of nice. With your wide, wondrous gaze thrown every which way, you let yourself float deeper into the thicket. Quiet. I see something on my phone? What? The quiet bubble that existed here in the forest, away from the town, popped up from the sudden, unnatural clatter. You stopped. It was a whooshing, thumping, and stirring up of the leaves. Like something had crashed into them. You knew for sure that wasn't the wind. It had to be an animal or a person. It came from right over there. He picked up the stick to throw it that way. Wander through the bushes to find the source of the sound. You pulled up your stalks and began to make your way off the path and through the overgrowth. It was hard to keep your footing on the slanted, untrimmed ground. When you reached the really tree-cluttered spot, you grasped the branches and pushed them aside in order to open enough space for you to get past. You moved them the same way you'd open up a set of curtains, but it was a lot harder to do. The tiniest branches couldn't take the bend and snapped from the pressure. You could feel the splintery ends of the plants scratch a little of your face and clothes. It wasn't as smooth of an entrance as you hoped it would be. On the other side of that tree line was still the woods, but kind of an empty part. There was a lot of open ground with no trees or bushes growing, and a ton of leaves that were gathering into piles. Past that clearing, the trees were back and even more closely pressed together than they were by the path. It was mysterious. There was nowhere easy to go, and nothing seemed out of place until... What happened? I clicked. Hello! There was a shout and a whirlwind of leaves rushing through the air. From underneath one of the piles was a kid. Who was this person? That's all you thought. You liked the scarf they had on. There were leaves stuck in their hair close. That was a pretty person you'd ever seen. You couldn't look away from their eyes. They were really red. And sparkly hair, you noticed. Huh, what do I do? There were leaves stuck in the hair and the clothes. You stared at them and they looked right back at you as everything they'd thrown in the air gently drifted back down. Hi. You're crazy. Do you live out here? How do you know I was here? I began to laugh. I thought I was gonna catch someone, but you got me. You had no idea what to do. I said, hi. I'll just say hi. That got the stranger giggling. Wait here. What? The jumping jack kid hopped again, but this time it was to get up off the ground. They dashed to the opposite. Sorry. Can I go? There we go. They dashed to the opposite edge of the open space, leaves scattering behind them, dropped out of their clothes and being kicked up by their steps. You were wondering what was gonna happen next. From behind one of the tall, crooked trees, the kid began throwing sticks and other plants pieces around. They were covering a hidden treasure, a big brown bag. They had to use both hands to lift the pouch and get it over their head. The thick strap pulled tight under the strain of the weight attached to it. The line of their mouth looked just as strained. The stranger huffed when they released the bag from their fingers, letting it rest completely across their shoulder. You heard stuff bumping from inside from your position way over here. It was a really full pack. But it didn't slow that kid down. They ran back at full speed to meet you where you were. But they were in front of your face. They gave a wave and asked a question. I don't know if I could run that fast as a kid. I probably couldn't. I would just have an asthma attack or something like that. Hi, are you a girl too? I'm not a girl. No. Why would you think that? You ask curiously. No. Why would you think something like that? You feel, no. No. You shook your head. No. No. I'm not. Okay, boys and stuff are just as good. What is it? Boys go to Jupiter to get more stupider? What was it? What was the thing? I haven't heard that in years. Girls go to Jupiter to get more stupider, or was it boys go to Jupiter to get more stupider? I thought it was boys go to Jupiter to get more stupider. I don't remember. Again, boys and stuff are just as good. What's the right answer? I'm a boy. And then it was like all the clouds in the sky and her head, you guessed, had cleared way. Alright. And all of a sudden, the leafy girl seemed to remember to introduce herself the way most people do. I'm Tamarack. Tamarack. Tamarack? It's a weird name. Tamarack, that's a tree. Tamarack is a tree? Wait, have I heard the word Tamarack? I feel like I've heard the word Tamarack. Tamarack that's a tree. Yeah, you're right. Tamarack is a kind of tree. I like it a lot. So what's your name? Snow Parker. My name is Snow Parker. Oh, hi, Snow. She greeted you with also Parker is not my last name. I already said that beginning of this stream. I'm not gonna tell you my actual last name, but there you go. I do that. I don't know, whatever. She greeted you with a finger spread wave of her hand, as sweetly as if you'd always known each other and she'd done it 100 times. Do you like it, your name? Yeah. Oh, alright. Why are you here? Where did you come from? Are you visiting? She piled on one question after the other, letting them bubble out like her laughter. I'm not some kind of tourist. My mommy and me moved into this town. Tamarack gasped. Her large eyes opening even wider. They were full of sparkles. Me too, I knew it too. I moved to live with my Ami and Oppa. They have a house here and I'm gonna be there now. You living with your parents? Oh, okay, grandparents. I heard that before. Omi and Opa's grandma and grandpa. Yep. Are your parents? Oh, don't. I would never say that. I would never say that. I have no idea what it's like not live with my mommy. All right. That seems like a loaded thing to do. Like, what if their parents are dead, and we just bring that up? That's just rude. Let's say anything to that. When did you move with them? What about your parents? They're not gonna. Oh, all right. Yeah. I've been here 5 days, and it's really good. There's so much out here. I probably won't be finished for a long time. Months, maybe. It's my first day in Golden Grove. Wow, that's barely different at all. We're a match. She furrowed her extra short eyebrows as much as she could as a new idea came to her. Hey, I'm a girl and you're not, but we're both new, and what if we're the same age? I'm 10. You're 10, so am I. Hooray, same age forever. Happily, Tamarack held onto the worn strap of her big bag and bounced up and down in place. You decided that this was a perfect time to talk to her about what you were doing. I got hit with a paper plane a while ago. Was that you? Yeah, yeah, you got it. Oh, love things, I guess, maybe. I don't know. I got it, that's for sure. Woo! She flung her arms over her head in celebration, knocking her bag to the side. It made a thump noise when it swung back against her. My aim is good. You blinked at her in disbelief. You done it. You found the mysterious person who made that strange paper airplane message. She was loud. She was entertaining, you thought. She was cute, you thought. You smiled to yourself shyly. You didn't know how to feel about that. She was entertaining, you thought. How did you know my name? You told me. Oh, before that. Oh, I didn't know it before that. What's that supposed to mean? You thought you knew what disbelief was a second ago, but hearing that made you feel it in ways you never had before. The stunned look on your face got Tamarack to add more. The paper I used wasn't mine. It was a litter in the woods. I picked it up and put in my bag because I couldn't leave it there on the ground. Then I saw you standing in the road, and I had an idea. I could do something fun with that garbage by making an airplane for you. So you didn't write anything on it. Yeah, I didn't. Then who did write that note? Then who did? I don't know. That was all she said. Tamarack couldn't tell you anything more. Huh. The person who wrote that strange message for you was still a mystery. You hadn't found them after meeting the paper airplane person. You felt creeped out, maybe. I don't know. It was a weird note when you got it, but realizing the person wrote it about you without it being for you sent shivers down your spine. Squeeze your eyes shut super hard. It made your cheeks scrunch up. You wanted to shut the whole world. But you could hear Tamarack's softened voice. No, what did the paper say? What was it mean? Not really. It was short. All the parts were different lines. The words were, hello, go out, hide out, snow Parker. That's so weird. Who would write that? I know, that's what I was thinking. It's terrible. She took a big hop closer to you, a smile growing across her face as she landed. You should keep going, I'll come too. The paper isn't very old. It would have gone wet or eaten by bugs if it was out here in the forest for a while. You could track them down and ask them what they were doing. Sure. Woohoo! Tamarack had scrunched up a nearby stick off the ground and pointed the pointy end forward the way you had come from. We're gonna find the litterer who puts weird things on paper. And so you started to walk along the brown fall brush again. Now with your new partner in the adventure, Tamarack came along from behind you with eager, skipping steps. She was right. You were gonna find that note writer person who knew your name. Soon you reached the head of the path. You were at the crossroad once more, but you brought back knowledge and this new girl with you. That's where we just were. You threw a thumb over your shoulder while walking ahead to show what you meant. And that there is just the road. I haven't looked at that other way on that side. Switch the arm you'd bent back to straight ahead across the forked passage, directing Tamarack's gaze to the second dirt imprint. With her lips shut into a tight line, she nodded rapidly and with seriousness. And only for a second, then she perked up again. She was having fun and only pretending that she wasn't always so silly. Yeah, okay, down the tree path for you and me. The decision easily made. Your and her crunching footsteps started up again in unison. Still, your quest continued. The path ended up being a kind of a trick. You ran out of dirt to walk on after only a minute or two. It became plain grass everywhere. Luckily, you only had to keep following the curved bend of brush and tree trunks that separated the forest from not the forest to know you were going where you had planned to go. God, what the fuck? Luckily, you only had to keep following the curved bend of brush and tree trunks that separated the forest from not the forest to know you were going where you had planned to go. Sorry, my brain's... What? Tamarack hummed a happy tune and not bothered by the change in the ground at all. He made eye contact and she started to speak words instead of music. It's good that we were looking this way. Walking down the road that goes to the town would have been a bad idea. Do you and Ami have a rule against that too? I don't know. Oh, then how come? Her eyes went wide. Whatever news she had to give must be something awful. But Snow, you have no idea, because you just got here, but I've seen it. The town here is bad. The buildings were probably new when my Omi and Opa were 10. It's old and dusty. No one is going anywhere or doing anything. They just live in this place, sit around and do that forever. They could never have fun there. She spoke gravely, giving the topic a moment of silence. After that, her spark came back, lighting up her features. But it's all okay, since it's right next to here. Tamarack hopped along. Tamarack hopped along, directing her stick to the tree line at your sides. Everything in the forest is growing or dying or changing no matter what. You look at one spot, you look at a different spot, you look at the spot and you'll see something new you didn't see before. Didn't even notice before. Sorry, something is in my eye. She spreads her arms across and up in front of your face playfully. It's magic! Wow, you're right. Then, as you strolled even further, something came into view. You almost didn't notice it at first. A playground? Stretching about as high as the trees and made out a particular stretching about as high as the trees, made out of particularly the same colored wood, was a tower sort of thing. The bottom of it was mostly empty, with thin stick poles at the corners and only one full wall. There were little fake rocks stuck to the boards of the wall side, probably for people to climb on. Above was an actual floor made with a slanty roof and railings around, some ropes dangling off it in multiple places. The thought came to you that it had the same feeling as a treehouse, except not in a tree. It definitely wasn't a real house. You might have found a local playground. A squealing whisper came right to your ear. Tamarack had noticed the wood thing too. Let's go see it. She pulled away from the side of your head to march to the tower without waiting for you to even answer. Curiously, you moved closer until you were right in front of it. And that's when you came to the shocking realization that there was something up there at the top. I squinted to try to see more clearly. Your neck bent back so far your head might fall off. You could make out a lumpy pile. Gave a kick to the base? No! It gave a good shake. You grabbed on the part sticking out. Shut it out. Hey, is something there? Yeah, is somebody home? Sudden sound of clattering ruckus from inside the fort made you flinch in place. It was a scrambling, thudding noise that you knew came from movement. That lump stopped being just a lump. It shot up and bent right over the railing, peered down and saw you. It was another kid. Who were they? That's all you could wonder. You couldn't look away from their eyes. They were really brown. They had a pointy hairline, you noticed. You liked the fluffy coat they had on. This was the pretty person you'd ever seen. Huh. They had a pointy hairline, you noticed. I'll just say this. The silent standoff of surprise played out between you and the stranger. Then, altogether, one half of their mouth, one of their eyebrows, and one of their hands shifted upwards. The lopsided pose they had and the fact that they were at the top of the tower made them seem pretty in charge here. Who are you? Why are you in my backyard? Oh, they were in charge? Your backyard? There was no fence or anything. Who are you? I'll just do this. There was no fence or anything. What? Somehow they twisted their smile and leaned over the railing even more than before. Yeah, there's no fence, but there's a house right over there, and if you look again, you can see that that's the back of a house. So this is the backyard. My backyard. Because I live in the house. You knew what a house was and what a backyard was. The kid was making a joke of you. You're a real jerk. You're being mean to me. They closed their eyes, actually considering your complaint. Fine. I am hosting a visitor and will be respectful. After doing her own snooping, Tamarack skipped out from under the tower to join you in the stranger's eye line. She didn't miss a beat, waving and introducing herself to the new person. Hi, I am a Tamarack. Hey. At that, they pressed their palms of their hands hard against the railing. They used it to kick their legs open. They used it to kick their legs up over the sides and throw themselves right off the fort. Whoa! was a powerful crunch and gust of air when the person hit the ground just a little to the side of where you were. They landed on their feet, crashing into a ball and making the hood of their jacket flip over their head from the impact of falling so far down. The person stayed like that for a long time, for long enough that the leaves they stirred up settled quietly onto the grass again. The kids straightened themselves out with more poise than you could have expected. Square shoulders, chin up, and with one hand they pushed the hood down over their back again. They were confident and knew how to show it. That's it. I was tough to do. Gonna try jumping up there. I'm gonna be dumb. I'm gonna be dumb and hurt myself. You could have crushed me. Anyone could have done that. It wasn't special, whatever. It was impressive. They took a hold of their open sides of the jacket and flipped them out, shaking off bits of sticks and whatever other stuff they got on it when they collided with the dirt. Anyway, they shifted their head around to get their hair back over their shoulders, the way it was before, and then jabbed a finger into their own chest. I'm Mr. Quilin. Qui and Lin. It means both of Qui's arms spread out openly, gesturing to the wide world around them. Autumn. Nice to meet you. What are your whole names? Through chuckles, Tamarack put on a fake voice that was deeper than her normal one and probably meant to sound more mature. I'm Miss Tamarack Baumann. A tamarack is a tree. That introduction got a thumbs up from Q. Cool, Miss Tamarack Baumann. I'm Snow Parker. That was perfect, Mr. Snow Parker. Wait, and also, how old are you two? We seem pretty similar to me. Him and me are the same 10. Okay. I was wondering what each pronouns. I guess like it's male and female characters in this game. Back then it was, I guess, just Mel with For You Forever. Or what? I'm thinking about Set It Off song For You Forever. God. Now and forever. Now and forever. No, this is now and forever. God. Begins and always. Ah. Don't make fun of me. Fuck you, don't make fun of me. I don't know why I'm thinking about the Set It Off song For You Forever. God. This game is now and forever. But I'm thinking about Begins and Always, where it's just like Mel, love interest and stuff, that you grow up with. This, I guess, is the mix of the two, I guess. Q slapped Q. God. I don't know. I don't know Chinese. I'm sorry. What? How do you pronounce it? What is his name? What is his name again? What is his full name? Full name. Full name. I will practice this. Their gender is gonna change in the future. Male, step 1. Unlabeled, step 2. Gender fluid, step 3. He, him, step 1. They, them, step 2. And they, he, step 3. Let me actually see if I can pronounce this. Translate. Shu, Chu, Lin Chu, Lin Chu, Lin Chu, Lin Chu, Lin Chu. I don't know. I'm bad at pronouncing it. Chu. Okay. I'll just say Chu. Lin Chu. Alright. Let's go back. And two of you are gonna grow up someday, and I'm gonna grow up too. That's never gonna stop us from being the same age. Cool. Even if we are the same age, I don't even. Yeah, this is great. Okay. More 10-year-olds were better than less. Like, we'll all gang up as 10-year-olds and just sacrifice the adults. But the two of you have ended up with a clear clap from Chu to bring it to a close. Now that we're people who know each other, I still want to hear what you were doing. I clicked. I lived my whole life in this town, in this neighborhood, in that house, and I've never seen you either of you anywhere. There's gotta be something going on. Tamarack's wide, knowing gaze met yours. You understood what you had to do. Well, you reached down into your pocket and presented a mystery paper to Q, wanting your own explanation. But before you said anything about it, Chu wheezed a tight grimace. He looked as stiff as the wood tower behind him, just like that. He stammered and babbled and pointed his finger towards all around the space that was sort of in front of you, until the word finally came to him. A sorcerer. What? No, wait. Chu threw his hands higher towards his shoulders, the sudden movement making sure nothing interrupted his train of thought. You're a thief! That's why you're here! To rob my house! I'm a sorcerer and a thief! Why do you sound so excited about that? That's right, I'm still stealing all your stuff. What a terrible thing. Do you really think I'm a robber? He got off lottery with his laugh and the wavering of his fingers. No, you're just a kid, but you got some good tricks. You're a kid too! Fuck you, you're a kid too. Alright. Chu tucked one of his hands inside his jacket. He moved it around in there, humming the whole time. There was some kind of secret pocket or compartment of that coat. Aha! Just as he thought, when he removed his hand, he was grabbing onto something. It was a little notebook. The edges were bent up and crumbly, probably from being squished a lot of ways and a lot of times. There were papers sticking out in weird ways that made you think they weren't even attached to the book anymore. They were just smashed between other pages to keep them in place. But the thing you noticed that most were the colors, tan with dark brown lines. Tamarack squealed, bounding closer to you. She and you had the same idea at the very same time. It was the paper from the airplane! Chu opened the book, tapped it in a slow, considering rhythm at the front page with the back of his knuckles, and said what you wanted to know without you having to do anything. That's my special paper with my notes on it. But it's not in my notebook. It was in your pocket. You must have done the thing that's sleight of hand. That's what you did to snatch my stuff in the blink of the eye while I was standing right here. So you're a musician or a pickpocket. That's all it could be. No, it's because you are dumb. He shifted on his feet, putting one hand to his hip and using the other as a waggling gesture with the notebook. Chu was really confident in his accusation against you. Can you show me how you did it? But with the wavy motion Chu did was too much with that old notebook. It bent in half, upwards and downwards with the momentum of its owner's arm. Some of the papers slid out. They drifted to the ground lightly. The same leaves fell from the trees. He stared right at them, sitting there freely like that. Chu didn't. You lost it. Maybe you just lost the paper, and that's how Tamarack found it. I've already showed you my trick. You didn't notice, but look at the ground. Huh? Chu's eyes widened. He lifted the notebook over his head and twisted his feet outwards more clearly to fully clear his view of the grass below. Finally, he spotted the missing papers. Whoa, thanks. In the middle of talking, he dropped to his knees and scooped up the loose papers. It only took a second of each one to be gathered. He leaned off his knees onto his butt and made a ooh sound. From there, he got his feet against the ground while pushing up with his hand, still clutching the paper, so he could stand again. Hey, you feel embarrassed, don't you? You feel embarrassed, don't you? With that successful rescue mission done, Chu delicately flipped through the notebook, inserting the loose papers along the way between different pages. He went all the way to the end, and Chu's complete book was pressed shut once more. Hey, that really helps, Snow. A beaming smile directly right into your face almost had you covering your eyes, but before that happened, you looked away. Chu twisted to the side to better rummage inside the hidden pocket of his jacket. He made super sure that the entire stack of papers made it back safely this time. You heard a sigh of relief. In an even sweeping move, Chu tilted his head over his shoulders to reveal his face again. The bright expression from before was completely gone. He had the smirk again. So, did you see that? I don't lose anything. You just find it again sometimes. Oh, there's 2 pages? I didn't even know that there was 2. Broke into laughter. That was not at all how you expected him to reply, but it was amazing. You had to slouch forward to hold your stomach because it was funny. Choose fun with your reaction came out as a set of snickers. His cheeky moves drifted away once those were done. Wait, what? What? I guess it was how he... What was it about it being cool? I don't know. When Chu's tilted his face back towards you, it was quiet and thoughtful. This is very mysterious. My paper vanished and 2 new kids appeared in my backyard out of nowhere. I don't get it. Chu, I'm your neighbor now. I moved into the middle house on the street. Oh, the new neighbors. That's right, that's you. That makes so much sense. Except for her. His growing excitement scratched into confusion. Chu brought a hand to his chin while also pointing squarely at Tamarack with the other one. I'm pretty positive there was only gonna be 1 kid moving in. Unless you're Snow's mom. Tamarack was completely tickled by the idea, giggling and covering her mouth with her hands. She didn't do a good job at stopping any of the laughter getting out. No, I'm not a mom. I moved in with my Omi and Oppa. Omi and Oppa? I've never heard of that before. Is that another language? It's German and they're German. Cool. Thanks. But they already have a house here. It's the gray one. Whoa. There's a granny who lives there and a guy that's her husband. That's your Omi and Oppa? I think so, yeah. Omi has really long hair. Oppa has short hair and some of it is on his face. Omi and Oppa means granny and grandpa. Yeah. Chu bobbed his head up and down with great understanding. Granny and him have a kid now, huh? Whoa. Chu shook his head side to side, flopping dark brown strands of hair around and trying to sort out his thoughts. But if you're just new neighbors, not thieves and sorcerers, how did you know that was my paper? I didn't know, not for sure. What, you were showing off my notes to everyone who you saw in the world? Yeah, that's kind of the idea, huh? You knew it would be a long story, but you took in a huge breath. Oh, sorry. Huge breath. Tamarack put her fists up eagerly in her own preparation to talk about what she had done. I got here today with my mommy. She's waiting for a real estate agent, so I had to go spend time doing something. I went down the road and a paper plane hit me in the shoulder and nobody was there. That was me. I threw it and ran away. It was great. I picked it up and opened the plane and saw some stuff run out. I thought the person throwing the plane was trying to give me a message. But that wasn't me who wrote it. Right. As snow went before us and I surprised him by jumping out of the leaves. Chu nodded along, probably not getting everything you two were talking about, but curious enough to just keep listening. And then I talked to her about the airplane I found, and she told me what we said, that she made the plane but didn't write what was on it. I asked her where she got it. Tamarack chimed in again as her story continued bouncing back and forth between the two of you. I found it on the ground in the woods. I already had the note, but I didn't think it was anything important first. Snow made me wonder about it. We went out to discover the word writer, and it was you. Huh? Chu puts his hands on his hips as he thought hard about the info he learned from you. You're saying all this was random stuff for fun? I guess so, but if you were the one who wrote it, how did you know my name? That was on the note. And what were the other words supposed to mean? Hello, go out, hide out, Snow Parker. Doesn't make sense. Oh! Chu cracked a smile and flicked out his arms to start his explanation. That's just stuff I was gonna do. But how did you know my name, though? Counting 1, 2, 3 on his fingers, Chu lifted out each part of the letter simply. Hello, say hi to the people around, go out, visit the town and other neighborhood, or whatever. Hideout means go to my hideout. Chu stopped the countdown to pat the sturdy wooden mob behind him with pride. Right here. I get it now. But why my name is there? Why is my name there? I get it. I'm getting it too. Alright, for your name being there, my mom and dad told me. They talked about how, They talked about how people were moving in next door and how there was going to be a kid my age and that his name was Snow Parker. It was cool to me, so I wrote it down. That way I wouldn't forget it. And I even took out and read that page a lot to make sure it'd be something I remembered. Looks like I forgot after all. Forgot who I was after parents told you everything. I forgot because you lost your paper. I quietly accepted his answer. That's it. Okay then. Thanks for remembering anyway. Thanks for trying to remember anyway. You're welcome. I'll remember this time, definitely. But that's pretty crazy with the airplane. Paper airplane. It's impressive you put the whole thing together. It was right. You and Tamarack had not been able to discover the whole story. That means you did lose the paper out there somehow. Huh. So what was that about never losing things? Tamarack found your paper on the ground. With wrinkled brows, Chu shifted his hands to the side of his head so he could instead tug at the front strands of his hair, pulling them out fully straight. I didn't know it was possible. Are you sure you two aren't sorcerers or thieves after all? Yes. Too bad. It was adorable. Chu finishes pout, straining up and putting his hands solidly on his hips. He was back to being in control. You know, there was nobody out there who's perfect. I accept my mistake and I'm sorry to you, Forrest, for messing up the place. I think it forgives you. Cool. So I never looked at their design and stuff. Yeah, cool. That was really nice of you to say, Chu. Thanks. But you realized how late it must have gone. Your mommy would have started worrying soon, and that wasn't good. Returning thoughts were put on pause when Chu silently changed the subject. Hey Snow, Tamarack, I'll walk you around back to the front. I want to hang out more. I should probably see how Omi and Oppa are. They're pretty old and need help sometimes. Yeah, we could all go back together. No, you should stay here. Me and Tamarack are going on my own. Okay, G. Bye, Tamarack. The two of us are going. No. Sorry, me and Tamarack are going together. Oh, okay. If you both are sure. Yeah, I was gonna ask that. Relax your stance, accepting that this was really over now. Yay! Her cheer had an extra pizzazz because she still had that stick to point up high. To our houses! While chuckling, Chu used his fist to enthusiastically punch the air, matched Tamarack's pose. Homeward bound. We're loud. You covered your ears. This was really nice. We're gonna be successful people. Alright, you two are loud. You smile at them in agreement. You watch them two in shy silence. You're filled with confidence. Smile at them in agreement. And so you start to walk through the yelled fall grass to get to the neighborhood again. But you weren't gonna be alone there. Tamarack bounded ahead, bouncing her arm up and down with a stick like she was the conductor of a marching band, while Chu came along with you with even casual steps. You were returning to that house. Your new neighborhood had become even more orange-toned by the time you finally returned to it. The far-off sun slowly sank away behind the tallest mountain and forced to sleep for the night. Your shadows grew larger and pulling away from the bodies to reach out into the street ahead. The dark shapes morphed and combined with one another as you walked in your own mismatched rhythm. All while the eyeball chillingness of the outside world got more powerful bit by bit. Tamarack still stayed about 2 steps ahead. Sometimes she was closer, and sometimes she got away from you again. She used her stick to knock at the bushes and lamps along the sidewalk. Chu was next to you, but had switched things up so that he was taking large skips backwards. You guess it was to look at you in the face better, or he just thought it was fun. He pointed at the sharpest building on the street as he went. Part of it looked almost like a tower, a different kind than the one in the backyard. See? That's the house from the front. It's great. And that's your house, right? And the one in the middle. And Granny owns that even further away one. Cool. The sound of your steps continued to echo through the cul-de-sac until you came to a stop right in the center of the path. You arrived. Tamarack put her hands up in front of her chest and waved them around. I'm going home. Tamarack spun around before dashing further along the sidewalk to the sloped gray house on the other end of the neighborhood. Her bag clunked and jiggled at her side the whole way there. Bye. Okay, that's it. Chu pulled out an eager grin. We gotta meet up again later. See ya. Chu flipped around to go back the same way he had come with you. He needed to return to the pointy red house with the huge backyard. He didn't drop any papers this time. You waited there in front of the house in the dimming evening light, watching the 2 other kids go to their homes right on the same street. It was cool to meet you too. That was everything. The whole outing was done. In the quiet resolution of your first day in this place, the 2 encounters you had earlier that afternoon drifted through your head. Tamarack and Chu. Oh! I was step 2, I guess. Ah. Leads. You choose to have a crush on the lead, they'll have a crush on you. You can choose the expression, moments. I guess how you want them to feel about you, I guess. Friends, crushes. Alright. I guess friends right now. What is this? Relationship. Can't do that. Oh, this is me. You 2 accepting, deferring, praising, assuming, teasing. Oh. Doting. Don't know what doting is. What is doting? I need to look up a word. I need to look up a word. Doting. Someone who is excessively fondly or foolishly affectionate, loving, and individual towards another person. Make sure this camera looks good. Okay, it does. It does. Okay, testing. don't know what this is. Praising, I guess. Teamworking? What's teamworking? Let me look at this. Oh. This isn't current right now, I guess. Done. Okay. Doting. Ooh. Okay. I think this would be good right now. Actually, let me go back. God. There we go. I can go back. Okay, good. Let's actually save this. We'll play step 2 on another stream. Because I want to save these. Oh, God. Yeah. This was step 1. Where we're 10 years old, meeting the other characters, leads. So that was the stream. We'll play another game. Find another game. We'll play this another time. Not sure if it's gonna be today or if it's gonna be tomorrow or when, but I really like this. I really like this so far. How do I? Oh shit. That was there. That was there. I forgot. I forgot about that. Sorry. Sorry. Sometimes I forget about that. Sometimes I do. Sometimes I don't. Alright. That was the stream. Hopefully you like it. If you're from VODs, I hope you like this stream. Hold on. What the fuck? Refresh. Refresh? Refresh. There we go. Hope you like the stream. Not sure how to end streams. I'm still trying to figure that out, even after months of streaming. But I hope you like the stream. If you did, you can follow me on twitch.tv/SnowDoesMusic. Or you can follow my VODs channel. Exactly how to... Don't know my exact tag there. Or you can follow my music channel, SnowDoesMusic, or my just random BS channel I haven't probably posted in months. SnowDoes stuff. Anyway, you can follow me on Blue Sky, SnowDoesMusic. SnowDoesMusic on everywhere. TikTok, YouTube, Instagram, everywhere. Anyway, that's it for the stream, and I hope you liked it. I'll see you later.